Aya, my name is Miss Mallory Custer.
Hiya, my name is Miss Fredrick. Today we're going to learn a little bit about Myaamia culture, which is the culture of the Myaamia tribe. When me and Miss Custer are going to be referring to the tribe, we will use Myaamia. And when we are talking about the things that belong to the tribe, like the people, the culture, and the ribbon work they create, we will use the word Myaamia.
So you guys should have gotten a worksheet, or as we're going to refer to it, a reflection sheet, which we're going to ask you to refer to and fill out during this video. When we ask you to pause and answer the questions, please do so. It'll be a lot easier to do that if you do it throughout the presentation as opposed to at the very end.
Plus, they're really good questions, and we want to know your answers.
Aya,
Would you please pause the video and attempt to say that back to me? The Myaamia tribe has their own language, as other indigenous cultures do. Myaamia tribe members and their linguists have created an online dictionary and app to help make it accessible for people to learn their language.
Another word for in Myaamia language is hochi.
Hoche,
Can you say that? Can you repeat that for me? It's important for us to listen to a Myaamia person pronouncing these words to correctly learn them. I will use this word to get your attention and bring us back together after each pause.
So now we are going to do a thinking activity. I'm going to ask you to pull out your worksheet if you don't already have it sitting out in front of you, and you're going to answer these 3 questions. Do you know anything about the Myaamia tribe? Are Native Americans just a part of the past? And do you know where the Myaamia tribe members live? Please pause the video and answer these questions.
Ochi, welcome back. So today, Myaamia people live all over the United States. They live in 49 out of the 50 states. But we're going to go back in time right now and talk about where they used to live, their homeland. Now, on your screen right now is a map that has been drawn in the 17th century by a Myaamia citizen. Now, what do you notice about this map? How is this map organized? And why do you think it's organized that way? Do you notice that all the labels are all water, all the rivers and lakes? There's no real boundaries or cities marked. Now, that's because, why do you think it's organized that way? It might be because the space that was defined as like their homeland was separated by natural landmarks like rivers and mountains. And all the names on this map are in Myaamia language, which shows you the importance of these rivers to those citizens.
It also gives you a deeper look into how extensive and diverse the Myaamia language actually is. Why do you think the Myaamia map has so many rivers? What is important about these rivers? Rivers are a map of the relationships between people and the environment. Tawawa Sipipi, or Myaamia River, people-based. Namawa Sipipi, St. Mary's River, ecologically based for the sturgeon fish in the river. Rivers are used for transportation. The Myaamia people usually walked trails beside the river instead of traveling by canoe. Now, if you were to try to find where we are on the map.
If we overlay it with a modern day state map, I'm pretty sure it makes it a little bit easier to find where we are on the map. Do you know where we are now?
You guys are going to need to look back at your reflection sheet, and you're going to pause the video to answer the following questions. How are these maps different? How is this map organized? When you look at the 2 maps next to each other, what can you tell about the cultures that created these maps? And how do you know?
Hochi! Now, the Myaamia people live all over the United States. Like I said earlier, they live in 49 out of the 50 states. A long time ago, they migrated from this homeland further west. Migration is when people move from one place to another. Now, some things to think about. Why do people migrate? What's forced relocation? And how would you feel if you were forced to move hundreds of miles away from your home? Miss Custer, why do people
Well,
migrate?
change of seasons, animal movement, falling food, and more reasons, but those three are the main ones.
Now, if people are moving because of the seasons or to follow food sources, what's forced relocation?
For Myaamia people, Americans wanted the land the tribe lived on, in Indiana. The Americans asked the United States government to remove the Myaamia, and the tribe was forced to move to Kansas and then move again to Oklahoma. Some Myaamia families were able to stay in Indiana and Kansas.
Now, that sounds really hard, and the Myaamia people probably suffered a large loss of culture during this move. Now, they also experienced the loss of language due to their communities being broken down, and the sharing of their culture and language began to decline. Now, we have one more reflection question on this slide that I would like you to pause and think about. Why do you think What do you think it was like to move into someone else's land with other people that you do not know and build your life again?
Hochi, when tribe members were forced to move, families were separated, and they started to lose the Myaamia language. Myaamia people now live all over the United States. There are currently 5,500 plus tribe members. There are Myaamia people who work at Miami University for the Myaamia tribe at a place called the Myaamia Center. One of the things they are working very hard on is revitalizing the language and culture. As part of the revitalization work, the Myaamia tribe hosts a week-long language and culture camp in Miami, Oklahoma, and Fort Wayne, Indiana, each summer for 6 to 16-year-old Myaamia children. Miami college students who attend Miami University have the opportunity to take classes together every semester and learn deeply about their culture and heritage, which includes learning the language.
Now, the Miami tribe recently won a very prestigious national award. And here's a video on that. One of the reasons that they're being honored is because it's the first generation in nearly 100 years that Myaamia people are learning the language. During the first relocation, the language was sadly lost. However, the tribe began revitalization in the early 1990s when a tribal citizen named Daryl Baldwin tried to teach the language to his children so that they can incorporate it into their daily lives at home. Now, I would like you to think, why is it important for Miami people to know how to speak and read their own language? Miss Custer, do you know?
Language is very important to a society because it is a way of connecting with others in the community. It helps to express their culture. By revitalizing their language, they were able to strengthen their cultural identity.
Nice. Now, students, we also have another stopping point for your reflection sheet. I would like you to reflect on the question, how would you feel if you were forced to speak another culture's language that you were unfamiliar with?
Hochi, and welcome back. we are going to do a little review on the Myaamia language we've learned so far. Miss Fredrick, how do we say hello in the Myaamia language?
Aya.
And what does Hochi mean?
Well, we've used it a lot, but I'm pretty sure it means, hey, sort of get someone's attention.
Yeah. So the Myaamia tribe has their own dictionary, the Myaamia dictionary, as we've mentioned earlier. There are lots of things that you can find in the dictionary. Consider exploring and learning different words. There is a web version, as say a website, and there is an app that you can get on your cell phone.
To review, the Myaamia tribe was forcibly removed from our homelands in the Midwest to Kansas and again to Oklahoma. During this time, Myaamia language and cultural knowledge was no longer passed down to younger generations. Myaamia people have been working to revitalize this knowledge. Ribbon work is one of the cultural practices that have been revitalized, and it's also an art form. Today you can find it on Myaamia regalia, such as the women's outfits and the men's shirts in this image that's on your screen right now. Note, the vertical patterns on the women's skirts is the clearest example in the image. The people in this image are Myaamia citizens and served as the elected leaders for the Myaamia tribe in 2015. From left to right, there is Secretary Treasurer Sarah Lawson, Second Chief Dustin Olds, Chief Doug Lankford, First Councilperson Danya Williams, and Second Councilperson Scott Williard. Myaamia woodwork is, again, a Myaamia art form. Myaamia people have been using geometric patterns in their art forms for a long time. When they began trading goods with Europeans, they were able to get colored silk ribbons, which were originally used to make the geometric patterns. Today, ribbon work artists use Tefla instead of these silk ribbons. To make a ribbon work piece, the fabric is folded, layered, and sewn together by hand. Diamonds in red, white, and black are most common Myaamia ribbon work, and other tribes also create ribbon work, but their patterns and colors are a little different from Myaamia.
The people in this historical image also have clothing featuring ribbon work. I want you to think and compare this picture to the picture from this previous slide. They're a bit different, but you can see a lot of similarities. Sometimes ribbon work is attached to moccasins, as you can see here in the lower left photo. Moccasins are a type of shoes. The flaps are sewn on the leather. The inside flaps usually differ from the outside flaps. What do you notice about these patterns and objects? Ms. Fredrick, what do you notice?
Well, I see some geometric patterns, which, for those of you that don't know, geometric patterns are a pattern created from shapes, usually repeated. Now, Miss Custer, where have you seen some geometric patterns before?
Let's think. Well, we still use it in other art forms. I mean, it's not as extensive, but a plaid shirt, squares, that's a repeated pattern. Not all of them are, but some of them have a repeated geometric pattern. Look around you. Do you see any geometric patterns in your surroundings? With smaller patterns, geometric designs can sometimes look like it's moving or shimmering. This is called dancing ribbon work. Ribbon work is also used in important garments, like robes that are worn for special occasions. Ms. Fredrick, when do you think Myaamia people wear these items?
I mean, you said special occasions, so that could be anything from important political events, like treaty negotiations, or even tribal leadership elections. If these geometric patterns sometimes look like they're shimmering, that would be a cool thing to wear during a celebration, such as a dance or a graduation. And
you.
that shimmering brings attention to the person wearing it, which would help with someone telling a story, for example.
Or addressing a large crowd to get their attention.
It's sort of like a modern day spotlight.
Exactly. People also wear these items when they want to visually represent their Myaamia identity. It's common to see geometric designs that are used in ribbon work screen printed on t-shirts or phone cases, or other accessories, and decorating buildings. Some modern day Myaamia youth actually have started getting tattoos resembling these same geometric designs.
Now, here's some more contemporary examples of ribbon work. It can be placed on anything from hats to the moccasin shoes, but remember, when it's printed on a t-shirt, not actually made out of ribbon, it's a geometric pattern, not ribbon work. These contemporary examples of ribbon work are important, not just because they are part of the cultural revitalization that has been a continued creation of these ribbon work designs, but they also remind Myaamia people of their past. Now, stop and think. Why are these considered contemporary? Miss Custer, do you know why they're considered contemporary?
These items are considered contemporary because they were made or created in the last few years.
Karen Baldwin is a Myaamia ribbon work artist who worked on the design of the band around the hat and the geometric pattern on the bag. She's also helped revitalize the process of creating ribbon work and has taught others through workshops, an instructional book, and videos on how to create these patterns.
So this is a close-up of what the ribbon work looks like on the bag from the last slide, this bag. Overlapping material is used to create the shapes that look like diamonds. Myaamia people have an interest in geometric or elongated diamonds. Before they were exposed to silk ribbons, tribe members used animal skins to create the geometric patterns on garments.
Now, we're going to teach you one last Myaamia word today, and that word is newe. It means thank you. Now, listen to this Myaamia voice say and try to repeat it.
Newe.
Now, for me and Miss Custer, I would like to say newe. Thank you for watching this video. And for the next lesson, we'll be creating paper bookmarks using geometric designs that simulate the colors and processes of the ribbon work designs that we just looked at.
We're actually really excited, and we hope you guys are too. It will give us a chance to talk about who can make ribbon work and why the bookmark design we will make shows appreciation of the culture and is not considered Myaamia ribbon work.